Welcome to the Kinflow Podcast. I'm your host, Big Pound. This is my co-host,
Busy B.
Busy B. And we came today to give y'all a good show, talk about some things going on in the world. What's up, bro? Tell us how you been. How's your week been?
And why everybody need to know my business?
Here he go.
Why
Sergeant
everybody need to know?
Slaughter.
Why,
Sergeant Slaughter. He right
why
off the
everybody?
muscle. Friction. Right off the muscle. Friction.
Why everybody need to know my business?
It's
Nah, it's all good. No complaints. You know, traveled a little bit, came back, brought back, brought back the heebie-jeebies with me a little bit, and getting over that. Other than that, I'm
the
doing good.
heebie-jeebies. What is
Yeah,
the heebie-jeebies? What is that?
I got a little cold. Got a little cold going on.
You know, you from the South when the niggas say heebie-jeebies. Yeah, man. Yeah, we getting into this thing. For anybody listening to this on the playback, of course, feel free to like and share and subscribe. We're not gonna keep asking that over and over, but just do us a courtesy and just tap that like button so we can get found out and we can keep this thing going. Anyway, first story of the day, um, Bill Cosby. Um, Bill Cosby has been accused of yet another sexual allegation by a random woman. This woman at the Playboy Mansion. Let me pull up that story real quick.
1969.
Let's pull up the story so we can see what's popping.
1969.
Um, Bill Cosby. Let's see. Bill,
1969.
I know, right? Bill Cosby is facing yet another trial this week, focusing on allegations that he sexually assaulted a teenage girl back in the mid 70s. The TV personality 84 has been accused in a civil suit of sexually assaulting Judy Huth at Los Angeles Playboy Mansion when she was age either 16 or 17. Antennas, red flag, either 16 or 17. So it's a civil trial, it's not a criminal trial. I'm gonna let you give your thoughts on this, but I'll let you go first and then I come behind you.
So
Pause.
this is in the state of California, correct?
Correct.
Where she filed the lawsuit.
Yeah, at the Playboy Mansion. Because we
With
know nothing ever happens at the Playboy Mansion, you know.
not at all.
Right.
So with that, and for people that's probably like, how can you even go back that far? Well, in the state of California, they have this law that constitute um you being a it's what is the name of it? The stipulations law that they have.
I have no
A
idea.
statute of limitations
We
is
call it
what
a
it is.
dumbass law. A dumbass.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, man, I'm up here trying to act like I'm a lawyer and educating somebody and stuff. Let me sit back and be in my role of
Every
simpleton.
every black man should be some part lawyer because we know how the system is aimed at us, right? So yeah. Don't
Yeah,
sell
good point.
yourself
Yeah,
short. Don't sell yourself short, sir.
right on. So with that, just this allegation in itself, I think it opens the door. It should open the door to a lot of other things. But I'm gonna stay on the fact that he's being accused of this. Where does your your crime or your time start and stop? It's like they try to make him accountable for walking out the store with a piece of bubble gum
Mm,
way back when he was a kid.
right.
It just trying to understand the law is a hard take. I don't, and I don't support anything of that nature. Someone being raped or
Of course.
going through something of that magnitude. But and here's the but: the way the law is set up, and for someone to present this kind of allegation, how does it even hold weight? That's
Um,
in the 70s. We 7 years from going into 2030.
I can't coin this phrase because I got it from Tariq Nasheed, but he got this phrase where he say it's called "I'm white and I say so."
Okay.
I mean, it's the truth, man. He already been put in jail for 3 years, bro. Um, that was overturned, and then now you come with this. They won't let the man rest in peace. He's considered legally blind already. And my whole thing like that, like you said, opening up the doors for other things. This case in particular, they only going after the money because they know that's the greatest chance. You don't have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt in a civil trial. You don't have to. So it's a money grab. They know he's already down, and everybody's already painted a picture of what he's about. They done dirtied him up because that used to be America's dad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, only thing I want to see from the justice system is equal smoke for everybody that gets charged with something like this. Um, for a lot of people, they sweep it under the rug. You know, one of the CEOs of CBS, Les Munoz, he was fired, but they gave him $100 million settlement package, and he had like 4 or 5 women come out and say all kinds of heinous things that he did. Um, Again, getting fired and giving a person $100 million. I mean, that's not punishment at all. But yeah, man, we ain't gonna stay on this too long because we know what it is, right? We know it's
Yeah.
Bill Cosby. When it comes to black men, is one of the most hated men on earth, not just in America, all over.
So
Um,
that's what you think. That's what you feel that it's more towards just the skin tone.
I think that the skin tone and plus the power of Bill Cosby, the moves that he's tried to make all these years, the positive programming he put out. He wasn't putting out a whole lot of niggerdom shit like where niggas is cussing, and he put out clean comedy, clean shows, educational shows. Kids say the damnedest things, like So yeah, they had to dirty that up. So
Yeah.
yeah,
In my opinion, I think it's you said it when you said the power. It's about the power. Skin tone. If it was really about that, I would say then the way they allowed him all these years to present and produce and to give back to the the black community these different shows, which were positive shows, they would have killed that a long time ago.
they
But
did. They killed his son.
I don't know what kind of moves he's made
He was
for that
trying to
to
buy
happen.
NBC. He was trying to buy
Right.
NBC.
Yeah.
But
But
my whole
I'm getting away from the skin tone. Is all I'm saying because I
well, I can't get away from the skin tone because it's obvious. Um, you got so many pedophiles and so many people that traffic kids, and they're left alone. They're not. They get slaps on the wrist. Um, I'm not a huge Bill Cosby fan, but respect, respect, respect.
come
Um,
on now. Hey,
what?
hey, hey.
Nah,
Yeah.
man, I ain't even gonna
You,
lie,
you,
man.
you
When I
didn't
heard
you
Ed,
didn't
when
watch
I
that
when I heard Eddie Murphy Raw, when Eddie Murphy did that,
about the
fifth
Coca
floor and
Cola?
fifth, no fifth floor and fifth, you cannot say
Yeah.
fuck in front of people. Yeah, I was kind of on Eddie Murphy's side because I like to cuss myself sometimes. But man,
Oh
I
yeah,
wish
yeah,
I
yeah.
wish Bill Cosby the best, man, and we just wanted to shine some light on the fuckery in the system. I wanted, like you said, I lean towards more power because it's a lot of people that was up in that Playboy mansion doing
Oh yeah.
who knows what they was doing, but at the same time, it always comes back to that color, man. It just does. I hate that it's like that, but it always comes back to that shit. I mean,
I
it's
mean, yeah, that's part of the agenda.
yeah, for sure.
Always to use that. To
Yeah,
use that.
I remember. I agree. I
So
agree. Um,
there's always going to be that conflict of being able to throw that out there. What I, in my opinion, there's always going to be that can be said, but for him to be in the position he was and what he was trying to acquire,
mhm.
he was good until he tried to step up into the basically uh get off the porch and go inside the house. He was good until then, and
Yeah, man.
they said no.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of. Have you ever seen One Night in Miami?
Uh-uh.
It's got Sam Cooke, Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X, and Jim Brown. Like it's a movie where they meet in this hotel room. They're just basically talking about all the stuff that's going on. But at the beginning of the movie, Jim Brown, they show Jim Brown where he go to this white dude's house. They meet out on the porch. The white dude have his wife bring him some lemonade, and they out there talking or whatever. Where the wife was like, "It's time for dinner." The dude gets up and walks in the house. Jim Brown starts to follow him like he's invited to dinner, and the dude turns around and is like, "Come on, Jim, you know we don't allow niggas in the house." And that's how the movie
Oh wow!
and that's how the movie starts. So
Oh wow!
it's a lot of honesty in that movie, man. Yeah. So transitioning though,
Right?
what you know about crypto? How
A
much
little,
you know about crypto?
not a lot, but
A little bit,
I, a little bit. I understand about the digital coin a little
right?
bit. Where it's trying to go, how I do understand this, that the banks are changing up how they do things so that they can try and take advantage of the crypto, and the fact that the government has changed policies, regulations, uh, because of the cryptocurrency that was going on back in 2017, 2018.
Right.
How, pe- how people was, making bukus of money hand over fist. So,
So SEC sues Coinbase, basically saying everything is securities, which is not. And like I said, my breakdown on this ain't about the technical laws of the SEC. It's just the obvious. It's just blatant. They want all of the control, man. Cryptocurrency and blockchain technology is a technology that can free people or give the people a chance to be free. Uh, of course, it's not easy because you still got to research and do all of that, but it allows basically for the middleman to be gone. There's no middleman, and I really believe that that's what um, they scared of. What's your thoughts on that? No, you already said a little bit, right? But
well,
that's the only thing I can see is control, man. Like Coinbase has tried to get regulation put into place. They want to be compliant with the law, um, but again, it's all about control and power and keeping people under your knee. Uh, if everybody's walking around here that's got some financial stability, who can you control?
yeah, that changes up everything.
How much is that Tesla worth if everybody can get a Tesla? Like if everybody can afford one.
Well, it definitely brings down the value. So
So
with with the SEC, with that whole thing, again, if you can't regulate it, or it's talking about they're mishandling the funds, then are they really trying to look out for the people? Or are
Who's
they,
who's mishandling funds?
well, I'm just reading the caption right there. When it's saying the platform Binance of mishandling, it says a day after it accused the crypto platform Binance of mishandling funds.
No, I'm not talking about Binance. I'm talking about Coinbase. See,
Who, who's being sued?
Binance is being sued too, but we're not talking about that because Binance is a offshore company. Coinbase is in the United States, like, and they've been trying to get regulation, and they threatened to even leave, bro. The whole world is getting behind this, in the United States, SEC, government, whatever entity is worried about controlling everything. So therefore, they're stifling growth and innovation in this country, while the rest of the world takes off like Usain Bolton on the 100-yard line. Like, I don't understand. I mean, it's a
So
lot.
the
Go
thing,
ahead.
the thing with the like this news story is it's saying that Binance is mishandling funds
But I'm
due
not talking
to
about Binance though, bro.
slow up there, partner. What I'm saying is
Did that nigga hit me with cowboy language? Wow.
slow. Hey, what I'm saying is I'm making a point of Binance is using the Coinbase platform
No, no,
and mishandling funds is what that caption was referring to.
no,
It's not.
no.
What is that caption referring to?
I don't know about that caption, but what I'm saying is they're two different entities. They're two different companies.
Yeah, but you just put something up for somebody to read.
Look, let me go back. Let me bring it back up.
Maybe
Where
I
do you
missed.
where do you
Go
see
ahead.
that at? Where do you see that at?
Coinbase accused of breaking market rules as crypto crackdown widens. The SEC said the cryptocurrency platform allowed users to trade unregistered securities a day after it accused the crypto platform Binance of mishandling funds.
Yeah, that's two different things. You got to read that again. That's two different things. Now, Binance was mishandling people's funds, but not Coinbase. I got
That's
my money in Coinbase right now, but Binance is a whole different company, bro.
that's what I'm talking about.
They just only thing they did is label all the stuff that we've been dealing with as security. So now it's illegal. They trying to say it's illegal, but they already know.
Unregistered securities. That's
But
all it's saying.
they not securities.
What is it?
It ain't securities. You gotta if
Because you
something.
have to be registered. That's the only way.
No, bro, no. Listen, if something never existed before, how can you put the same rules on top of something that never existed before?
I understand that. But I'm
This is
just
like
saying.
this is like again, I'm white and I say so, even though it's white on white crime, because Brian Armstrong, the owner of Coinbase, is a white guy, but he's a brilliant dude. And he's been doing this shit for a while, trying to get regulated, trying to get regulations, and they won't. Again, I ain't got no big dog in the fight, but I just know that this is what it's gonna be in 10 to 20 years. This shit is gonna be normal.
But
And
you
I
got a dog in the yard because you invested in the Coinbase,
yeah,
right?
no, I'm not invested in Coinbase. I use Coinbase as a
I mean,
exchange.
yeah, as an exchange.
Yeah,
You invested in it.
yeah, I guess by proxy, yeah.
Yeah, you invested in it. So just because you're not the big master and just a little chihuahua,
So that, let me put
you,
it back on screen.
you still in there. You still in there.
Oh
So the point
man,
the point I was trying to bring up is um to go along with what you're saying, because
right,
I'm uh not saying what you're saying
right,
is what's happening.
mm-hmm,
But when it comes to trying to make it look like something is official and
right.
uh you need to be in this area to play for them to say that the mishandling of the funds and the platform and so on and so forth, unregistered users. Well, back in 2017, when everybody was on the stocks and buying the Ethereum and all that kind of stuff, taking advantage of the fact that it was no regulations or nobody was registered, is what I'm trying to point out. And that's to your point of why should someone have to register as a security? See, it's just little fancy talk to say I I have control of you.
Right.
That's what I was really trying to
Oh
add to
yeah,
what you were saying.
I
Because
agree.
if you registered or if you're unregistered, then it looks like you're trying to do something behind the SEC's back. But if you're registered, well, I got my chains on you and we're good. I can know your moves on what you're trying to do with your crypto and everything. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, I agree. But it's so uh deep that a lot of them policymakers, they don't even know what it is exactly. I listened to a hearing and man, it's some of them do, but some of them don't. They don't even understand. Again, they think their money's going to evaporate. They used to
Yes.
banks, but I don't think the banks are going anywhere.
Oh no, the bank's not going anywhere. But the platform that the bank use is going to have to change
Yeah,
in order to
keep up.
keep up and be a bank.
Yeah,
Because just think about it. If back, like I say, back in 2017, 2018, when all this stuff was really kicking off, and people were able to buy the coins and transfer funds and all this kind of stuff, not having to pay any kind of banking
taxes.
fees. No, not
Hmm.
taxes, because you couldn't tax this. You can't
Right,
tax it back then.
right.
You just transferring money and bypassing the banks. You just straight pipe.
I know they worried about like that type of stuff, money laundering and terrorist organizations, the normal stuff that they worry about.
But
Um,
that's what they're going to say. But if it's no regulation or anything that says uh, you have to abide by this process that we have instated, then it's going to look like money laundering and all these other things. But to go back to what you're talking about moving forward in the future, it hopefully comes to a choice of who wants to be regulated and who don't want to be regulated, and it's a by choice thing
mm,
of, you know, if you regulate it, then this is the insurance that you have on that. If not, this is the risk that you take.
that
Even
sounds logical. It really does. That sounds
so,
good.
yeah. So, hey, we'll see how that's gonna go down.
Yeah, man. Because I mean, it's just interesting to me because again, I believe that it's the future. Uh,
Oh, definitely,
I
definitely.
still believe that both is needed. I think the banks is needed to a certain extent still.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, man, it'll be interesting this 2024 election to see who has the grit to stand on a platform that's pro crypto. That's the person that's going to win. And speaking of running for president, did you hear? You know who Cornel West is, correct?
Right. Hmm.
He announced that he's running for president.
Didn't know that. Interesting.
He's running as an independent.
Oh, good luck to him.
So what do you think about that? What do you mean by good luck to him? What does that mean?
Name the president that was an independent party that has ran and been successful. To my knowledge, I think it may have been one, and that
Yeah,
was way back before they got a hold to how they could kind of push the independent party to the side, and it became just more blue and the Democrat and Republicans going forward. They've been the masses in this,
right,
and they've made it so hard for independent someone that's an independent party to compete with them because of the funding and how they arrange things when it comes to independent party trying to compete with a Republican Party or a Democratic Party.
right.
That's why I say good luck.
I know the answer to your question, but which one would you consider yourself for the people?
Independent.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
independent.
the Democrats are mad because they're saying that this is going to shave points off of the Democratic nominee, and or if Joe Biden runs again, but it's going to
Mm-hmm.
help. It's going to help Trump. It's going to help the Republicans even more because it's going to take points away. Because Cornel West is tied to Democrats, all his philosophies, but he's running as an independent. So,
What?
um,
Hey, check this out. It could be just a chess move for the simple fact of, say, now you got me thinking about that because yeah, you can run to a certain extent, and if you progress on with the rest of the parties, it is taken away from either side. Now, how he's being funded, who's supporting his party, um, can be a game changer at the end when if it's really close, but he's still running good because a lot of times the independent parties fall off early into the race and they never make it.
right.
So it I don't know that could be a ploy to take away votes purposely.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like I say I didn't even I hadn't heard of him putting himself out there like that. And but with that, if say he end up winning, that would be a huge game changing move in the structure of everything.
Yeah, you made me think about that R. Kelly song. I wish, I wish, I wish, I wish, I wish, I wish. Say,
Hey,
oh man, nah,
uh,
bro,
he might need to play a little Key Sweat and beg to the
man.
people.
I know, right? Because I don't see it, man. I hope he does well enough though to shake something.
Yeah.
So good luck to Cornel West, intelligent brother. He
Hmm.
always speaking some good stuff. So shout out to him.
Indeed. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Well, back in the day, who else ran? It was a black female that was going to try to run on the independent party side, and also this other black guy that had ran the Infact uh, Foundation. What was his
Talk
name?
about
Grandmaster
Grandmaster
Flash.
Jay.
Yeah, Grandmaster J.
Yeah,
And
man.
apparently, he had his little stint in the politics at that time, and well, we know what happened to him.
Uh,
And people
uh,
that's watching probably be like, "Well, who is that?" Exactly. He was
man.
a quick flash of something happening, and then all of a sudden has just disappeared.
Yeah, man. They don't like to see us tooling up like that.
Hmm. So
All organized, not fighting with each other.
yeah, a good example of what it is that they do to themselves, and those those things that he was showing and pointing out and having what was the morning mental is what he called it,
The
the morning
morning mental.
mental.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like that, man. I used to,
uh,
ride my
did it,
bike and listen. You
dropping them
know,
nuggets.
he talk about God, so that Yahweh, that's even better.
Hmm. Dropping them nuggets, honing in on that spiritual tip and connecting with what's pure in our hearts. So, but it was unfortunate of what happened to him.
Yeah, it was. Say, if you're still listening, man, hit the like button, please. I guess I shouldn't say please, and I said I wasn't gonna mention it again, but I think it's
Yeah,
important. We
you
trying
coming
to,
off like you begging.
yeah. So
Yeah,
what though? I
you
ain't.
coming off like that.
So what though? I
Yeah,
mean, I ain't
yeah.
no begging. Ain't no cash app up. I ain't asking. I'm just asking. A like is free, right? A like button, just to hit the like button, that's free, right?
Well, begging is free too, so
Oh wow.
it's all
Now
good. Hey, but
Wow.
hey, this is what we get to do, right? We can
This
say
nigga,
what we want to
this
say
this nigga said I'm begging.
and do what we want to
This
do.
nigga say, man, you listening to the
Hey,
Kinflow Podcast, man. Um, yeah, we out here.
hey,
Uh,
you heard Big Pound. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, make it hell, nickels and dimes. We
yeah,
all good.
all that shit add up. All that shit add up. I'm gonna
Now,
go.
let me say this. I'm sorry for interrupting.
No, you're not.
You're right, because I
You
did
think
interrupt.
you're a U.S. Marshal because you got a cowboy hat on? Nah, I'm just joking.
Man, look at the love we have right here. That's my
Man,
brother.
for
Hey,
sure.
I was just gonna say, because when I be watching other videos and stuff, and people say, like, subscribe, hit the bell,
Right,
notification, all that kind of stuff. Now
right.
I'm kind of new getting into all of that and everything, but the importance behind it is just that we give, you give, we all give in support in one way, form, fashion, or another, and don't think just because what it is that you have for yourself that was meant for you.
Mm.
Empower those that are around you and also support those that share what it is that you think could be something going in a good direction and positive. So that's why we do what we're doing right now and do all those fancy things that bring the attention to the channel.
Indeed. Um, I want to say fair use warning. Uh, we are a news source that's critiquing a news story that's public. So YouTube, do not give me a copyright strike if this is YouTube. If you listening on the podcast side of the game, go to the YouTube channel for this story. We got a massive brawl at a Mesquite 7-Eleven store. Um, one young lady was sent in to buy cigars. She was underage, so the clerk would not let her purchase those cigars. She went outside, returned, and this is what you find right here. I'm only gonna play a little second of this, and then we'll get into it after this. Let me see. I'm having a little boo-boo right here. Okay, here we go.
Cell phone video shows a wild attack on two 7-Eleven employees. It happened in Mesquite over the weekend. And police are asking for your help identifying the people in this video. They say this all started when an underage girl was not allowed to buy a cigar. Fox Sports' David Centenary live in Mesquite with more on the story. David?
Yes, Stephen, Heather. Police say the two women working at 7-Eleven were simply doing their jobs. Now investigators are searching for a group of likely teens who they say are responsible for that attack. Cell phone video shows an attack against two female 7-Eleven employees in Mesquite Saturday evening. You can see people are throwing store items. Some are throwing punches.
This is an absolute.
So it's so many questions, right?
I just
And I only showed that video just to show the people like where we at with respect and courtesy and having wits about yourself and being able to take being told no, and you know what I'm saying. It's just a whole lot of stuff in there, man. I ain't gonna
it
go
is.
to if they parents raised them right, because you can raise them right and then they go be with their friends and still do this same thing. But I mean, man,
Do you think those individuals that acted out like that had a sense of entitlement as to why they did that?
yes,
And I use that word because I think this generation uh have that mentality as though they don't have to provide or produce the necessary social skills and understanding to know what respect others mean and
yeah,
just wilding out.
Yeah, man.
You're 16, and what happened to I don't want to blow my cover? It's like, okay, I'm 16,
Man.
so what? I'm still gonna bust this store up. That don't. Oh man, that's
So
sad.
now you gonna catch a felony, right? And
Pretty much.
now you got to get out of that matrix, and that matrix is very hard to get up out of. Take it from somebody that know 17 years in that matrix.
Mm.
Um, man,
That's the thing.
y'all gotta use y'all head a little better than that, man. It's a
A
pack
lot
of
better.
yeah, that's an understatement what I said, but in context of what you fighting and turn the store for, the item is not nothing but 99 cents. Now you finna go get put in the system and have to pay hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to stay clear of jail and fines and court fees, and you know what I'm saying? It don't add up. So yeah, man.
Oh, oh.
I want to talk about that because we here in Texas, and it's kind of seeing what the pulse of the streets is, man. That's kind of wild right there. That's real wild.
That's my neck of the woods back not too long ago.
Yeah, it used
Over
to be
there,
my neck in the woods too. I had a
over
little
there in Mesquite, and that mentality, or just that right there, seeing that just didn't come into something being new.
right.
It's a lot of that ignorance being portrayed like that, and for those that might think the word ignorant is really hard or whatever, just look up the definition of what that is. Because really, a lack of a lack of knowledge is loss of power within yourself, and you harm others around you due to that.
Right.
So, uh, again, you 16, you trying to go into a store to get something that you could have easily just said, "Hey, man, let me turn around, get out of here." They peep my game, let me regroup, come back another day or whatever, and maybe I change my mind the next time. Instead, like you said, now you're gonna be introduced to a system. There are those that are fighting, going to bat for the young kids that are in the system, and things like this. Uh, let me. There are those that are fighting for kids, juveniles that are in the system that get some hard punishments, and they try to lessen that. But when you have things of this nature, it makes it that much harder to even try to protect those that are having these punishments that are just way over the top dropped, and they're helping change the laws for someone that's a juvenile to go from uh, the crimes that you commit, instead of going to a juvenile facility, just going straight to the penitentiary. This is what this does. You're helping change the system back to, or to keep it where it is, or to empower it to drop that age down even lower,
Mm.
because you're not acting accordingly. And those that are fighting now, when we have the chance and have those that do, you know, try to go to bat for you, you're just making it even harder. Just making it even harder behind these kinds of things.
Man,
So,
that's well said. I ain't really nothing to add to that. I like that. Yeah, man, it's just sad to see kids throw their lives away. Like, not saying that they can't overcome this little incident like this, right? Not saying they can't overcome
mhm.
it, but it's just so much opportunity out here. Um, if you just focus your energy in the right place. Um, First of all, what are you buying cigars for? I mean, I know, right? But why? You're supposed to be in high school. You're supposed to be trying to dominate the classroom as much as you can. You're supposed to be figuring out what you're gonna do when you get out of high school. So yeah, but when Bubba and them come look at you in the cell, now you still keep that same energy, right? Like you like to, you know, if you want to be tough, jail is definitely the place. If you want to try to be tough, you can be that in there, but it's not going to turn out like you think it's going to turn out because it's always a motherfucker better than you and better than you, and got less gives a fuck than you got. So, yeah, man. You got anything else on that you want to add to that? I'm kind of cool on that. I just kind of wanted to see what your thoughts was about that, bro.
The thing is this: idle minds do it all the time.
Man,
idle minds do it all the time. School is out, and they didn't waste no time to get started. They could be instead of going to 7-Eleven asking for cigars, get an application.
Right.
Find something to do with yourself. But we know how it goes. I just
all right, this next story, right? Down in Florida, right? First of all, let me say something about this headline. See, it's what we call, I like the article or whatever, but it's sad that things have to be worded like this to get people to care about it, right? Because a mother lost her life defending her kids. Community mourns black mother shot while standing up for her children against white neighbor. See, that's that's kind of what they call it, gaslighting or whatever. Like, I guess it ain't too much way that you could word that though. But let me read.
it could be reworded.
Yeah,
in my opinion, man. But like, I don't that whole gas.
A Florida community is calling for swift justice after a 35-year-old black mother of 4 was shot and killed by her white neighbor. Jackie Owens wanted to know why her 50-year-old neighbor allegedly threw an item and hit one of her young children. The children were outside playing at the time. When the concerned mother approached the neighbor's home in Okalaka, Florida, a gunshot was fired through the door. She knocked on the door. At that point, the woman allegedly shot through the door, hitting AJ, who later died from her injuries. Attorney Ben Crump said, as reported by NBC News. Marion County, Florida, the woman is still not been arrested, but stand your ground laws prohibits an arrest. See, that's the same thing that George Zimmerman was able to use to get off for shooting Trayvon Martin. Stand your ground laws. Yeah, man, it's sad. 4 kids lost their mother. 4 kids lost their mother. There probably won't be no arrest made because, again, going back to the color shit, we know from data, right? We know from the data that every time this situation occurs, usually it goes unpunished or minimum punishment at best. Man, I don't know what to say about Florida, man. It seems like this happens all the time in Florida, bro.
You know why?
Because of stand your ground laws.
Because the fact that that law is there, why? It's kind of like, in my opinion, I'll say this: if you're not going to familiarize yourself with what it is that where you live and how things operate, then you're going to be subjected to situations of this nature. If you know that's stand your ground and all that kind of stuff, those laws, then you have to respond accordingly. If we're not educating ourselves and to know how things go, and they have tons, if not megatons of examples of how those laws are in Florida. We see it all the time in the news.
Let me ask you a question about this woman, Mrs. Owens. rest in peace. And prayers to her family, anybody that might be listening that knows her or whatever. Um, what do you think her actions was warranted? Would you have would you have done the same things? What would be your if your kids came home and said the neighbor hit me with something, threw something at me and hit me, and they come in the house and tell you, do you do what the woman do, or do you get the police involved right there on the spot?
That's what I'm saying. I if knowing how it is in that state,
Mm-hmm.
uh, you have to get the police involved.
I agree.
Now, am I going to be thinking at that point in time, my child comes in, uh, not not upside the head, this and that? Yeah, I want to go investigate, but I'm here in Texas. That's you know
Two different
that
investigations. Yeah.
right. That would play the opposite of Florida.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So over there, that's what I'm saying, man. We just got to educate ourselves on where we're living and how to respond due to the laws that are set in place. It's just set in place that way. And if someone is able to take advantage or be able to be protected in that way that they act on towards someone else, then you have to counter that by knowing what you can do as well. So, uh, man, I like I say, I hate that these kids going have to go on in life without having their mom. And for the
Her 9-year-old son was right there when she got shot.
mm, I was for those that are in that community, I would strongly suggest educating yourself on the law so that if you decide to make any actions or moves towards what has happened, do it according to what the law allows you to do. And at the same time, support that family with um, setting up some sort of cash out. And I'm not even referring to anyone outside of the black community. I'm referring to the black community to support those that are in the black community that suffer um, that has suffered from this because those kids are without a mom. And I don't want to make it where I don't want to come off and say, you know what? It's not that I don't want any particular feelings or emotions behind what it is that I'm saying, because I'm ready to take on the smoke of all of it. It is what it is. We need to support one another in the community. If I'm living in a black community, then we need to have that understanding to support in that community when things like this happen. It's unfortunate that the law is not going to. Uh, it's going to look like the law isn't protecting, but if you don't understand how the law is supposed to protect, then you might take upon doing things that looks like you're going against the law.
Right.
So, man, y'all reach out to that family and do all that you can to support them within that community first.
Yeah, we'll
Make
see.
rise up in the community to draw the attention around the world to get even more support. But you have to step up to the plate. Don't just sit there and whine and cry about something. Step up to the plate as a community and start educating each other. And when the cameras are in your face and you're expressing how you feel, you're doing it from an educational position, and nobody's going to be able to try to make you look like a fool and make it seem as though you just reacting uh, without thought.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's well said. I agree with everything you said. Knowing the law and getting educated on the law and coming together as a community to educate more people about the law is the best, as you say, move forward. Um, yeah, man. You ready to move on, sir?
And I didn't pony it up. Let's roll.
Let's see this. Like, subscribe, share. You listening to the Kinflow Podcast. Your host, Busy B, Big Town. We don't have a set schedule, but we gonna turn up and we're gonna keep bringing y'all this information, current news, current events, some games, some laughter, some tears. Yeah, we in here, man. All right, we back. I don't know why I did that, but yeah, I just wanted to. Yeah, hey. Our next story, right? Get off of that. I guess I'll go ahead and do this other story.
To the people out there, he's trying to let me know that I was bringing down the tempo and everything. We're gonna get back on it and we're gonna raise it back up. Let's get going.
All right, man. This is some bullshit, bro. So, hold on.
I need to brace myself, huh?
Yeah, hold on to your seatbelts. Let me see. There we go. Run, nigga, run. Off-duty Oklahoma cop reported points rifle at innocent worker helping another customer at a steel supply store. Calls him a racial slur. Pressure is mounting for officials in Oklahoma County to resign after local police officer was accused of pointing a rifle at a civilian and calling the man the N-word. Hawthorne police officer Jerry Neal Pollard was arrested and charged with felony as he has been suspended from the force. Witnesses confirmed that he accosted the steel supply worker with a firearm in April and yelled, "Run, nigga, run." This confrontation is the latest documented racist act in McCurtain County in southeastern Oklahoma. It was, if you're not familiar, about a couple months ago, a sheriff was caught on recording talking about hanging black people again as a form of criminal and capital punishment. Also, in that same city, you had the shooting where the dude killed a bunch of people. You also had nearby a dude chopping up bodies. And so I really don't know what's going on, but it's clear to me that that's a racist ass town, bro. It ain't that's not surprising, to be honest with you. To be totally 100 with you, it don't surprise me at all. Law enforcement has been infiltrated by white supremacist groups all over this country. They all in law enforcement. They in the DEA. They in the FBI. They got ties to them hate groups, and they're law enforcement that controls the life of other people with all of their theology. It's very dangerous. So I'm glad he got suspended. I hope he gets punished. I hope that he can never be a police officer again, because we don't need police officers like that at all. When you're a police officer, you're supposed to be balanced in your thoughts and your actions. You ain't supposed to see color, which we know that's a dream that black people want, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm glad that it came out. I'm glad that it was exposed. I hope that more of these stories are exposed and we can get all of these racist ass police out of all of these racist situations where they have control over other people's livelihood. Man, it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. So I hope for the worst for this cop. I hope he get 30, 40 years in prison, even though I know he won't. But yeah, where's our hate crime bill at though? They got other crime bills for other communities. Where's the hate crime for even just being on that, bro? Your thoughts? I know I rambled enough.
No, I agree with everything that you're saying, and I was just thinking that what back in the 80s and stuff, when someone sold a little crack rock, that's 20 years. Where is it where using racial slurs come into play, that you get that same kind of time or response, because what it does is makes people more aware of how they carry themselves because of the consequences behind what it is that you're doing and saying. Be more accountable for your own feelings, and just don't allow yourself to jump out there and be reckless and out of control with your words. It's verbal abuse. So many people don't look at racial slurs and things of that nature to be of a verbal abusive nature, because the tone is accepted to a high degree. We can cuss at each other all the time and be out in the street, and that's one thing, right? All day. The minute it touches home or you're in your house, what's going to be said? Well, if you're in a relationship, the verbal abuse, not physical, but the verbal abuse, belittling, demeaning, cutting down somebody with these words, and that in itself. So nothing's being policed. It's what was that called? Chris Rock stand up show. He named it selective outrage, right? Same here. It's selective. Everything is just so selective, and the FCC, they raised the roof on things to allow all these other words to come into play over the TV and radio waves, from bitch, ass. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, you couldn't even say those words. Ass maybe, but bitch, fuck, all those things. So I hope he get what he deserves, and this hopefully it could be, this news article or incident could be used as a exhibit to changing how the laws are when it comes to the racial slurs that are thrown out there and the tension it creates. Because even though everybody is, you have your Black community, you have your Asian community, you have your Hispanic community, Chinese community, we still have to be respectful of one another. We get mad, well, we don't really have a relation. I'm mad at this person, which we have no relationship, and I'm calling them out their name and they calling me out my name, and nothing happens with that. But the minute they put their hands on you, then that's where the focus is. I mean, if we're gonna tackle it all, let's tackle it all.
For sure.
So, and to be in a position of authority and to exercise your authority in that manner, you should have more consequences because of what you've been able to have responsibility over, and being responsible of your actions and things. This guy, hey, he slipped up. I ain't gonna say he slipped up. He did what he felt, or said what he felt on the inside, and exposed himself. So since you're exposing yourself, sir, get some of this jail time, and plenty of it.
For sure. Yeah, I agree, man. I don't really know what the answer is, but one thing I thought about a long time ago, police reform for police officers. When a police become a police and he fill out that application, I think whoever's in charge of the top security, like checking out the police background, I think they need to check for being associated with hate groups and gangs. If you got any ties to any hate groups, gangs, if they really trying to reform the police and do what's right, you wouldn't let people like that become officers that's tied to neo-Nazis and white supremacist gangs. I think that should disqualify you from being a police, because you bring your rhetoric to the job. Now it's not about who's doing wrong or right, it's about my skin color. So yeah, that's all I got on that, man. That's all I
Yeah,
got.
that what you just said, you can go deeper into that. I could go deeper into that on
Let's go
many
deeper.
levels, but that just I don't. It's not the time right now. Could, but well, I'll just say this. I'll just say this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll just say this. With that, like you say, being associated with different organizations,
Mm-hmm.
and then trying to weed out those that might be part of an organization that is just for whomever or whatever, right?
Right.
You weed that out, but the association to the organization is what's allowing you to even be in the space to participate.
Right.
So, yes, you part of this uh group that's a hate group, but the organization that you attach to is greater than that hate group, but you still part of an organization. And once you part of that organization, you don't get out of it because you're part of it. So they're going to look after you, even with the fact of knowing that you part of this or was part of this. So you're protected already before you get into the force or on the force. And I'm kind of speaking in code right now, but if you can follow along with what I just said, like I said, organizations and then being part of an organization, hate organizations is one thing. But if you part of an organization that's higher than or just as parallel as the organization that is a hate organization, that's how you're able to get in without being seen. And it's like, hidden in plain sight. And the eyes gonna be turned because, hey, we need you to be right here and do this and do that.
Right. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I said some things, and it probably sounds like I'm talking in circles, but that's why
Do you
I
feel
don't,
like
I don't want to
feel like
expose things right now.
it's
It'll come
already
later.
exposed? They exposing
I don't want to
themselves.
expose organizations or name certain organizations because it comes with a deeper. I have to give a deeper, not explanation, but bring more things out so that you can understand and know.
Like, give me an example. What do you mean? Because I'm confused right now.
Okay,
Just give me a little bit. Just a little example.
I would say this: if let me see, um, if you're part of an alumni, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, say
Right.
you're an alumni
Right.
and you have a booster club,
Okay.
and one of the people on the booster club has the background or the history of being with a hate group, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, as they are an alumni with that booster club, they're all connected. You can kick them out, but they're still part of the alumni. They're still alumni.
Right.
They just can't be in the booster club, but they're still connected. So since they're still connected, they can still reach out and get support or help however they choose, however that booster club chooses. Because the alumni is the driving force of the booster club, right?
Right.
So I'm just gonna stay in that area of, because the booster club and alumni from college to high school and so on, that's an example of these other organizations that are ran throughout that are connected politically. You can just figure out the organizations when I even bring up the word political organizations that tie politicians together, presidencies together, they have a connection.
Right.
All of them, if you do your research.
Okay.
So that's where I'm going with it. And if I ride off into the sunset, it's gonna get dark real quick.
All right. Well,
Jerry,
watch
do
this.
what they say.
We are watching a video of what police officers do to white people when they refuse to go to jail.
Jerry, do what they say. Jerry.
This is worth it. I swear to God.
Jerry.
If y'all listening on the podcast, you got to go to the YouTube channel, the Kinflow Podcast on YouTube to see the video.
You're going to get hurt, Jerry, if you don't stop. Help!
Just a little demonstration, Kinflow. Just a little demonstration of the difference in the justice system.
You're going to get a charge, Jerry. Stop it.
They ain't shot Jerry ass yet, huh?
Jerry.
They don't fear for their life or nothing, do
they? And Jerry's still going.
Hold on. Here come the cliffhanger right here.
That's a man and a woman, or is that two women?
Yeah, that's a man and a woman.
Jerry country strong.
Jerry,
oh!
You're gonna get in trouble.
Oh!
They still ain't shot him yet, huh?
Oh! Jerry! Oh no!
They still look.
Jerry,
what is it?
Don't do it.
Is he a cousin?
Jerry, don't do it.
Gotta be.
Jerry done started the car up.
They still ain't shot him yet.
Oh my goodness. When did this happen?
Man, that's an old video. It's a couple years old. But I kept it because it was so telling. It told me so much without saying anything. So here you have it. Niggas are reaching for registration and licenses and getting popped 8 times because the police fear for his life. Flip side, Jerry can wrestle, beat with a baton, get in the car and drive off, and not one fired shot.
Not even gun drawn.
At all.
So I would say this to that. Whatever the training that department,
oh my God,
whatever department that was, and that SOP, standard operating procedures, that they implemented in training them officers, we need to bring that back. We need to bring that back because, we're too quick to draw the gun, and the Jerrys that are out there now, evidently,
that's their cousins and shit. So of course
they've disappeared. If we don't have no Jerrys no more like that, because we popping left and right the minute you say "Hachu," hello, Mr. Officer, you getting popped. And that what I just saw, man,
it took you for a ride, huh? Yeah, man.
I don't I'm trying to figure out. It had to been association. It had to been some kind of relationship between the three, some kind of way.
The relationship is their skin color.
No, I mean that had to been a cousin.
No, the cousin is the skin color, man.
Man,
as soon as us as people we can come to that fact. Now I'm not saying that all people are on that shit, but it's too many.
Man,
it's some good people out there, but man, listen, they got an unwritten code with each other, bro. When that dude Dylan Roof killed them people in that church, you remember when that happened?
Yes.
What happened to him?
He just got a few years in the pen, didn't he?
No, what happened when they got him for the murder? What did they do when they first arrested him? They took him to Burger King.
Oh, I don't remember that.
They took him to get him some food.
Huh?
They took him to Burger King
to get him some food.
Yes.
Wow.
So this, you know, I get that people, and that's what makes us special as people. A lot of us got that spirit.
Rewind that.
Man, after he killed them people and they arrested him, they took him to Burger King.
For what reason?
The same reason they let Jerry beat him with a baton and drive off in the car. Man, we got to stop acting like this shit don't exist, man. I'm not saying you, but your average person, man, they'll really try to talk all around this shit, and it ain't no talking around it, man. We just people with good hearts and good spirits, man, and we got a lot of understanding and forgiveness in our hearts. We was raised different. We was raised to be forgiving. We was raised to show respect. We was raised a lot of different ways, man, that kind of plays against us in a way at the same time.
Man, that's wild.
Yeah, man. Sorry, I don't hit you with the shocker like that. And listeners, we ain't trying to turn this into a racial show, because it might be some Hispanics, it might be some white people or whatever listening, but this is our culture, man. This is what's going on, and we're gonna talk about it. So if you're not really with what we're saying, you might want to just not even listen to us again, because this is the type of shit you're gonna hear. It ain't gonna be who fucking who and what niggas is beefing with this nigga. Like, we don't really care about that. We trying to get to the bottom of what the fuck is going on in our community. Yeah. And we're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna build, and we're gonna keep doing this shit. So again, if you don't like this type of content, I'm gonna holler at you on the other side.
Hey, I would say this: if you got your attention and you don't like what you're hearing and everything, go grab a couple of friends and tell them to pull up the video too and look at it, and y'all can talk about it and keep watching and sending your disapproving comments or attitudes. The good and the bad hang out together,
for sure,
so that we can come to an understanding and a peaceful accord of expressing ourselves. So hate all you want, love all you want. We're gonna bring it together and still do something prosperous.
We loving over here, man. Let's get to this next story, Kinfolk. Something a little lighter. We can reset the mood. Hold on, let me put some lo-fi. Let's reset the energy in here, because that, that shit get a nigga.
Yeah, hey man. I don't know if you ever like ran into something unexpectedly, and you get stunned. That's what it was, because it wasn't like down or it went up. It's just like, hey, right. Hey man,
I got that boy stuck over there.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Hey, Jerry, wherever you are, if you're still around, boy, you're a bad boy.
For real, right?
You're gonna take the baton and hit somebody back because you got hit, and then hop in the. He didn't
even hurry up and pull off. He put his seatbelt on first.
I was just gonna say, he did nothing in that video that showed his athleticism to the third degree of anything.
But strong as an ox, though.
Strong. Hey, I told you that boy country strong.
For real,
man.
All right, man. More. I know this is a story I told you about, but you probably about the golf, right? I told you. So we have the PGA Tour agrees to merge with Saudi-backed rival Live Golf. Some backstory on this right here. PGA Tour was mad when some of their top golfers like Phil Mickelson and a couple others was starting to participate in Live Golf. because the Saudi people are paying so much money over there. Some of them players, they just went, they did it, and they got a lot of backlash from the PGA and whatnot. Fast forward to today, because we ain't gonna stay on this long at all. I just kind of wanted to point out the hypocrisy. Now that the money is so good and everything is bling bling, they agreed to merge, which is a good thing for golf. And I ain't hating on it like that, but it just shows you that y'all was full of shit until the money came. Now y'all want to merge, which is good again, like I said, but it just shows you how shit can change just like that. They talked a lot of shit. They was mad at a lot of different players, and now they are one. Give me your thoughts on that, Kinflow. Give me your thoughts on that. Now I'm just tied up.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you trying to be against them and it ain't working, you might as well join them to make it work.
It makes sense to me, buddy.
You follow the money.
Follow the money.
Obviously, the PGA don't have that kind of bread. So it kind of be, check us out.
Now they got the bread.
Mm-hmm.
They got the bread, right? But they ain't got
that
Saudi bread.
No.
They ain't got that Saudi
exactly.
bread.
That's what I'm talking about. Because I was going to use this. Just imagine if players in the NFL go to Saudi and Saudi had some football team or some kind of
that's probably
thing
next.
Like that.
That's probably next.
And in their contracts, the NFL is saying that you can't step outside of the NFL family to participate in this other family that's doing the same thing. That's what this is. That's what that looks like to me.
Right.
And then they tried to say, hey, well, we're going to hit you with this or that. And Saudis is like, you can do whatever. We're going to give them something that looks even more enticing. So now that they got defeated, well, you know what? Can we just all get along? Yeah. Can we just join together?
Yeah, man.
That's what that looks like to me.
And again, I just wanted to touch this real quick. And yeah, I'm happy about it though, man. It should
change things.
It should be an inclusive game like that. Anybody in the world can play it, even though the golf clubs are kind of expensive for kids with poor income families. But hey, maybe they'll implement some kind of youth programs for normal kids that's not privileged and got access to all the golf courses and stuff like that. Personally, I ain't watched golf since Tiger ain't been in it, so I check it out every now and then, keep up with what's going on. But yeah, it's a great game, man. I wish I would have learned how to play it, but move on. We moving on, man. Back to the music. Anything else you want to add before we switch?
Yeah, that's my take on it.
That's your take.
It's game changing. It's game changing. So that's what the world is evolving into, game changing things and events internationally. That's happening.
For sure.
I'm happy for it.
And here goes the creme de la creme news of today. If you haven't heard, July 29th, one of the biggest fights in the last 10 years that we've seen, that we've been asking for. I like that. It's about to happen.
Yes.
Earl Spence.
Oh.
Earl Spence turns Crawford. July 29th in Vegas. People are comparing it to Marvelous Hagler versus Tommy Hearns. It's definitely going to be a exciting night. I'm going to have to make sure that I got all my chips and dip and all that. I'm putting the day off for work because the fight probably won't start till about 10 o'clock, right? The fight ain't going to start till 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's definitely one I'm looking forward to, man. Give me your thoughts. Who you got? Who you got? I'll let you go first. Who you got taking this? How you gonna win? What round is it gonna be? Or is it gonna go to distance? Let me hear your thoughts.
Okay, I'm a fan of both. Bigger fan with Earl Spence because of the dog that's in him and the fact that he's the only fighter that I know of current that has not taken any warm-up fights. And he has called anybody that has tried to challenge him or says that he's this and that, he's met them on their platform and basically mirrored their style and beat them from the from the Garcias, Sean Porter, Kell Brook. He's just been these guys. They said he was this and he was that, and he's just like a Tim Duncan, just a technical, just basic type fighter doing the same thing. Well, the same thing has gotten him three belts.
Yeah, we're gonna call it the walk down master because he gonna walk you
Yeah,
down.
body snatch.
He
Yeah,
gonna
that
walk
body
you down.
snatch. Yes, sir. Yes.
He's stalking you, and yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting to see how
Yeah.
the styles match up. But I got Earl winning in a decision. I think it's probably gonna go the distance.
I don't think it's gonna go the distance.
I do because
And,
I think Terrence Crawford is gonna not he. I think he's gonna know that he can't stay inside for long periods of time. I think he's gonna stay on the outside. I think he's gonna do a little what they call it, two square dancing. I think he's gonna do it. I think he's gonna do a lot of dancing. He's gonna he's gonna do a little Floyd Mayweather for us. Yeah.
he has a lot of angles that he's gonna be doing a lot of parrying and things of that nature. And
the boy bad though. The boy's bad, man. He bad.
He definitely has pop in his punches going forward or backwards. That I've watched his fights, and I'm a Terrence Crawford fan too. But I just think that the fact that the way Earl cuts the ring off and keeps applying the pressure, all his fights. People keep bringing up how he's a volume puncher and he comes forward, but he also cuts the ring off.
Yeah,
Crawford at some point, like Adrian Broner had said, he's gonna have to fight. And when he gets in there and fight, can he take the punch? Can he take the punishment? We seen him get stanky leg with Gamboza. he caught him. He got stanky leg, but he snapped back from that. We seen Earl get hit hard, catch a good one, and ate it. Even when he was looking for his mouthpiece that time, and Ugas popped him. And I think Ugas probably hit harder than Terrence. Do big. So it's going to be a good fight. I'm an Earl Spence fan just because I started watching him when he was like 12-0 and just rising to the top, letting people know I'm coming to get you. I'm gonna take this belt. I'm gonna take that belt. I'm gonna fight you this way. I'm gonna fight you that way. In a sense, he had his Muhammad Ali moments of talking the way he was talking, but then he was backing it up. And I just like the fact that anybody that will let you know, hey, I'm gonna fight, like when he fought Sean Porter. Oh no, I'm gonna fight you just like how you fight dirty, this and that and everything. I'm coming, I'm gonna stand there in the middle of the ring, and
that boy was coming in with his head down, swinging like a helicopter.
Yeah. And I mean, they were going back and forth. And the fact that he clipped Sean Porter, and he went down, that, obviously gave him the upper hand. But to get in there and you just banging with him, and they did all those rounds, And then the flip side of that, to see Terrence Crawford fight Sean Porter, and people be like, "Oh, well, that wasn't the Sean Porter that Earl's fault. That Earl's, fault. He was fresher then."
Right.
But this is the thing: Sean Porter just quit when he fought Terrence. He could have got back up.
I didn't even see that fight.
I seen the fight. He got knocked down. He got back up. He got knocked down again, and he just stayed down. He looked at his corner.
Now, is that the one where his dad stopped the fight?
Oh, yeah. That's right.
His dad stopped the fight, which was a good decision because you got to think about the future.
Yeah.
And it wasn't looking. He was looking like the Elephant Man right there. Yeah.
But what I was getting at is he was going to get back up. Just like how they try to say, well, yeah, he knocked Sean Porter down. Terrence knocked Sean Porter down. Earl knocked him down, but he got back up. He would have got back up too. But I'm just bringing that up to say the punching power was there.
I think
Terrence Crawford. I'm not taking nothing away from Terrence.
I think Earl got a lot of Bernard Hopkins in him a little bit.
I think Bernard Hopkins, Tommy Hearns, Hagler.
He got that walk down shit. He got that shit for real.
Yeah.
He got it.
If he's to be compiled of boxers poured into him, the Frazier, the Hagler, the Hearns, the Hopkins, any fighter that has displayed that grit and that dog in them, man.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
That is just that. I'm picking Earl Spence. I'm picking him to win.
I'm picking Earl to win as well. Yeah, man, this been another one in the books, bro. We at 130 right now, 127.
We went over a little bit, but
I got a side note. We did it with the Earl fight because that's some good news, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I got another little thing I want to do because I know it's gonna make you laugh. So for the people out there listening, I know Juneteenth is about to come up. I want to play something funny for y'all, and this is the reason why you should never drink, though. This the reason. So just check this out real quick.
I understand I've been driving under motherfucking influence, but I understand that I wasn't also driving. I wasn't driving.
But you do understand that you have been arrested, sir.
I understand that I've been arrested.
At this time, we're conducting a criminal investigation, which is being videotaped by Broward Sheriff's Office for court presentation only. You understand that, sir?
I guess who you got the motherfucking camera shining on, too.
First is a balance test. You'll stand with both your feet together, arms at your side, sir.
I'm going to tell you just like this. I'm going to tell you just like this. I'm drunk. Yeah, I've been drinking, but I wasn't driving. The motherfucking officer, he saw a motherfucker jump in my lap, and I told her to get off, and she got off, and he stopped me.
Sir?
I'm guiding the car. Hey, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't even want to hear it. Hey, sir, whatever you have to do, you do the motherfucking shit. The motherfucker, hey, she must be getting him some pussy or something.
Mr. Turner.
I don't even want to hear that shit. Hey,
Mr. Turner, are you going to do the physical performance test?
What physical performance test?
Well, I just asked you to.
I do the physical performance test, but like I said, I was drinking, but I wasn't motherfucking driving.
Sir,
the motherfucker say what he wanted, motherfucker.
Are you going to do the physical
performance test? Hey, you see what I say? You see? Hey, you come up here and see what? Hey,
Mr. Turner.
Yeah.
Let's do the physical performance test, please.
What physical performance
test? Put both feet together.
All right.
Toes together, sir. Both toes. Let's go. Both toes. Arms at your sides, head tilted back, and eyes closed. I'll tell you when. Close your eyes, please. Keep them closed.
Yeah.
Would you put your feet together, please?
Yeah.
Arm shoulder height. Extend your index fingers only. No, sir. Tilt your head back and close your eyes.
You close your eyes?
Sir, I'm not doing the test.
But you close your motherfucking eyes.
Sir.
Huh?
Tilt your head back and close your eyes.
If you can't close your eyes, why I got to close my motherfucking eyes?
Because you are the one that's taking the test.
Huh?
Tilt your head back and close your eyes.
Did you tilt your head
Sir,
back and close your eyes?
tilt your head back and close your eyes.
Did you drunk?
Sir, are you refusing this test?
No. Yeah, I'm refusing the motherfucking test.
All right, he refuses the testing. Sir, don't yell. Come back here, sir.
I'm telling the motherfucker I wasn't driving. I know I wasn't driving.
Fine. That concludes the physical portion of the video. The time is 5:35. Maybe have the arresting deputy, please.
I told him I might be motherfucking drunk. I know I wasn't motherfucking driving. Go on and put the handcuffs on me, man. Fuck this shit. I don't want no goddamn shit. Hey, fuck the dumb shit. Put the handcuffs on me,
You've
man.
been arrested for driving while intoxicated, driving while under the influence of alcoholic beverages, model glue.
I refuse to answer any questions on the grounds that they may incriminate me.
Or urine test or both.
I refuse to answer any questions under the grounds that they may incriminate me.
Suspension of your privilege to operate a motor
I
vehicle
refuse to answer any questions under the grounds that they may incriminate me.
1 year. If you understand what I read to you?
Hell no, but I refuse to answer any questions under the grounds that they may incriminate me.
You want me to explain this to you?
No, hell no. You explain them to my motherfucking lawyer.
You realize
You explain them to my lawyer.
Will be suspended, right? You realize that, right? If you refuse to take the breath
Hey,
test.
man, my license already suspended. I'm already under suspension.
Are you going to take a breath test?
What?
You going to take a breath test?
What motherfucking breath test?
You going to take a breath test?
Hell no.
Good enough.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Yeah, I just wanted to get some laughter in here, man. Classic.
Ooh.
So drink responsibly, people.
No, what? I told what? You close your ass. I wish you would.
Oh man.
Driving, I wasn't driving. She was in my lap. I pushed off. Down. Come on now. What?
Oh,
I
man.
told, didn't I tell you? Look at this motherfucker. Happy Juneteenth.
Yeah, man. It's been real. Follow us on all social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Go download the podcast. It's on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, we there. Download, share it, like it, leave a comment. Anything you want to say, get out of here, bro?
Hey, man. Peace and love to all the people. I hope at some point in time, wherever you are in your life, you're able to share some love and give it back.
Man, what else can you say? And we out this bitch.
Already.